Attention passionate Philadelphia Eagles fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Philadelphia Eagles fans. Let's get to the news. All right, Eagles fans, buckle up, because what we saw last week in the NFL season opener has definitely set the tone for what promises to be an intense and highly unpredictable season. Everyone's talking about that shocking incident involving Jalen Carter, the young and talented defensive tackle of the Eagles, even though he didn't step onto the field during the game. That's right, Carter didn't play a single snap, yet he became one of the main characters on that opening night, and not for the reasons we hope. The incident with Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott sent shockwaves through the league and certainly stirred up a lot of debate among fans, analysts, and league officials alike. To give you the full picture, it all started just before the game even kicked off. During the pregame antics, Jalen Carter was involved in a heated exchange with Prescott. And what happened next? Well, Carter was caught on camera spitting on Prescott, a move that is considered one of the most unsportsmanlike acts you could imagine in football. Now, it's important to remember that in the heat of a rivalry game, tempers can flare, but spitting is something that the NFL has explicitly warned against for years. This incident, however, was a clear breach of sportsmanship, and the league didn't hold back in reacting to it. The NFL was quick to respond, and Carter was ejected from the game even before he had a chance to participate in a single play. The league's official statement was pretty straightforward, but also firm. Jalen Carter was suspended without pay for one game due to his unsportsmanlike conduct. This is a big deal because, historically, the NFL has not often suspended players for acts like spitting, which makes this case even more significant. The league emphasized that maintaining sportsmanship and integrity on the field is of utmost importance, and violations like spitting threaten the very fabric of the game. What is particularly interesting here is that Carter's suspension was considered to have been served in Week 1 since he was ejected before any play was run. This is a unique situation because, technically, he didn't get to participate at all. The NFL clarified that because Carter accepted the discipline and did not contest it, he will not face any further suspension. He is now eligible to play in Week 2 against the Kansas City Chiefs, a game that could be pivotal for the Eagles' season. From a strategic standpoint, having Carter available for that matchup is a huge win for the Eagles. The young defensive star is not just a rising talent but a game changer, especially against a team like the Chiefs, who are still one of the league's most potent offenses led by Patrick Mahomes. Now, let us step back for a moment and think about the broader context. The NFL's emphasis this season on sportsmanship and discipline is clear. League officials have made it known that acts of disrespect, especially something as egregious as spitting, will be met with strict consequences. It's worth noting that, historically, the NFL has never suspended a player merely for spitting, not even in the most heated rivalries. But in this case, the league took a firm stance, especially considering the incident occurred before any contact was made on the field. This situation also raises interesting questions about the instigator, Dak Prescott, and the role he played in this incident. Prescott had spat in the direction of the Eagles' defense earlier, which many saw as a provocation. Yet he was not penalized or disciplined by the league. The league's decision to suspend Carter but not Prescott underscores a nuanced approach. It asks about actions taken during the game and their context. Spitting on someone is unacceptable, period. But the fact that Prescott initiated this particular exchange complicates the narrative. Still, the league seems to be sending a clear message that such behavior, regardless of who started it, will not be tolerated and will result in disciplinary actions if caught. Now, how does all of this impact the Eagles? Well, for starters, the return of Jalen Carter for Week 2 is a massive boost. Last season, Carter proved to be a disruptive force on the defensive line, especially in the playoffs, where his ability to pressure quarterbacks and clog running lanes made a real difference. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, Carter's presence could be crucial. Remember, in the Super Bowl LIX, Carter was a constant threat, often doubling team by the Chiefs' best offensive linemen, Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith. When those two were occupied, the Eagles' defensive line took full advantage, collapsing the pocket and giving Patrick Mahomes a hard time. That kind of disruption can be the difference maker in close games, and having Carter available means the Eagles can deploy their full defensive arsenal. The Chiefs' offensive line has seen some changes since the Super Bowl, but they still have vulnerabilities, especially at tackle and guard positions. Carter's ability to penetrate and get after the quarterback can help replicate that Super Bowl success, putting pressure on Mahomes and forcing mistakes. From the Eagles' perspective, this incident and Carter's suspension also highlight something about their team culture. Head coach Nick Sirianni has always emphasized discipline and playing smart football, but he is also known for fostering a competitive, fiery environment. The team's internal discipline will likely remain intact, and more than anything, Sirianni and the front office want to focus on winning. So, it is unlikely Carter will face any serious in-game discipline beyond what the league has already imposed. The Eagles are all about competing at the highest level, and they trust Carter to channel his passion into productive play on Sunday. Meanwhile, the situation with Prescott is a bit more complex. The league made it clear that Prescott's actions did not warrant any discipline, which perhaps is a reflection of the league's view that the instigation came from him. Still, this incident has reignited debates about sportsmanship and player conduct. Fans are talking about whether the league should have taken a stronger stance on Prescott or whether spitting in general should be criminalized on the field. As we look ahead, the Eagles' upcoming game against the Chiefs is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated matchups of the season. Both teams are loaded with talent and have championship aspirations. The Eagles, with their young core, led by Jalen, and a defense that is rapidly evolving into one of the league's best, are determined to make a statement early in the season. The return of Carter is a huge part of that plan, especially against a high-powered offense like Kansas City's. And let us not forget, the Eagles also have a lot of other key pieces. The offensive line is solid, with Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce, and Jordan Mailata anchoring the unit. The receiving core with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith is one of the best in the league, capable of stretching defenses and creating explosive plays. And the running game, led by DeAndre Swift, adds another dimension to their attack. The defense, which was a bit inconsistent last year, is showing signs of becoming more disciplined and aggressive, especially with emerging stars like Jalen Carter and rookies who are stepping up. This incident also brings to light a broader discussion about player conduct and league policies. The NFL has been trying to crack down on unsportsmanlike behavior for years, but acts like spitting have always been a tricky area. It is one thing to throw a punch or shove, but spitting is considered especially disrespectful and unsanitary. The league's decision to suspend Carter, even if just for a game, is a statement that such acts won't be tolerated, and it sets a precedent for future discipline. It is a reminder that football, while a competitive sport, also has to uphold a certain level of respect and integrity among players. For the Eagles, this whole situation is a test of their resilience and focus. They know that rivalries run deep, and moments like these can either derail a team or motivate them further. The Eagles' locker room is likely to rally around Carter, especially since he is a key part of their defensive future. His absence in Week 1 was felt, but now, with him back in the fold, the Eagles can move forward with even more confidence. Looking at the bigger picture, the NFC East continues to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league. The Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders are all capable of pulling off surprises, but the Eagles have shown consistency and a clear desire to reclaim their throne. The way they handled this incident, focusing on football and internal discipline, shows maturity and a commitment to winning. They were not just fighting for regular season success, but are aiming for big things: another deep playoff run, a potential Super Bowl victory, and of course, the chance to silence their critics and prove that they are still the team to beat in the NFC. As we get ready for Week 2, all eyes will be on the Eagles and how they respond to the drama of Week 1. The return of Carter, the lessons learned from a fiery rivalry opener, and their strategic approach to facing the Chiefs will all play a part in shaping their season. The NFL season is long, unpredictable, and often full of surprises, but one thing is clear. The Philadelphia Eagles are here to compete at the highest level, and they are not backing down from any challenge. Their fans, including you, are right there with them, cheering, analyzing, and dreaming of another Super Bowl run. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this whole incident? Do you think Carter's suspension was justified? How important is his presence for the upcoming game against the Chiefs? Do you believe the league handled the situation correctly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, insider info, and analysis on everything Eagles. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let us keep riding this NFL season together. Thanks for watching, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.